As usual this week, two new Roots albums. These are Leslie Stevens. Her album, Leslie Stevens. Would you name a piece of vinyl Leslie Stevens? No. A set of MP3s Leslie Stevens? No. You name a child Leslie Stevens, though. I don't know about this eponymous thing, but Lord, what a great album. No, but anyway, and also Strange Times by Omar Coleman with Eddie Roberts, an excellent blues album from Chicago, as you know, blues albums should be, I guess. The blues album should be from wherever you are, right? All right, let's talk about these. These are really fine. Leslie Stevens. LA singer-songwriter, I guess is the way she's described. Maybe even a veteran. I'd never heard of her. This album is incredibly gorgeous. I don't know, I haven't heard an album I liked a lot better in quite a while. All right, at least in a certain mood. Or any mood, really, because she hits several notes. And what a lovely singer. She can do Stevie Nicks for sure. Do a little Chrissie Hynde too. And as a writer, she reminds me a little bit of Chrissie. I'm always sort of on the lookout for someone who does, because I friggin' love Chrissie Hynde so much for so long. I'll hit you with all the links or something to prove it. And I did sort of meet her one time. She slammed a door in my face. But okay. It wasn't my fault. So, Leslie Stevens, these songs are a little unusual. Like, they are not simple verse-chorus often. They're surprisingly subtle in their composition. And, I don't know, let's try a couple of examples here. This is the first cut on the album, Big Time Sucker. Big Time Sucker. I guess I wasn't thinking that person was going to do a song called Big Time Sucker. I'm going to get you, sucker. I think Chrissie Hynde could record this. Oh, man. That is awfully gorgeous, man. I think she's a very beautiful singer. And like I say, the compositions I find compelling. That has, old-time rock feel. She's eclectic across roots genres, I guess. Rock and roll, country, Americana, folk. This album reminds me a little bit of the first few Brandi Carlile albums. Before Brandi got to be too much, I guess. Like before Obama loved her and she got voice lessons and stuff. But actually, maybe Leslie Stevens has got voice lessons too, or maybe she just doesn't need them because, Lord, that's some beautiful singing. Also, I think the compositions are a cut above. So here's something more like sort of in a country vein. Um, I guess I often find female voices very compelling. I sort of half fall in love or something. Uh, well, that's been true for Leslie Stevens the last 24 hours. I just think this is really a beautiful album. Blue Roses.
Look at all the pieces of my broken heart. Like the petals of a flower as it falls apart. Do you love me? Do you love me now? I don't have to ask, I know I got. Do you know you can do? I'll give you everything I want to. Oh, yeah, from you, my blue roses, blue roses. Oh, I get from you, my blue roses. I'll take blue roses from you.
Yeah, sweet. And powerful. And real, I guess. I feel like it's authentic. And I'm surprised that this person isn't kind of a star, I guess, already. Did you hear that? That was awful good, all right? I mean, maybe she falls between genres a little bit or something. She's not a straightforward country singer, I suppose. She's all kinds of LA, though, like sort of eclectic, maybe Laurel Canyon. I mean, she would have fit in that scene, I think. People would have gone like, yeah, sing on my album. Write me some songs. She does remind me of Chrissie Hynde in some of these compositions, too. Like some of the beautiful, slow songs of the Pretenders, like I Go to Sleep. Something like this. It's so simple, deceptively simple. So how about I'm Sorry? And it builds, like the first few seconds of the song doesn't really show you how sorry she gets, I guess. Anyway, this is a lovely song, and it kind of reminds me, like I say, of slow Pretenders songs.
I'm sorry that I broke your heart. I'm sorry that I left. I'm sorry that the concert hall closed down. For all that we'll remember and all that we'll forget. I'm sorry that it's over. I'm sorry that I left. I'm sorry for the news today.
Well, I think it's going to take more than 10 minutes to do justice to this one. Leslie Stephen. Leslie Stephen by Leslie Stephen. Add it. If you like that kind of thing at all. All right. All right, now let's talk about a blues album. Wait, I'm supposed to do a transition. This is going to be appropriate. I don't know. Omar Coleman. Now, this album, Strange Times, it's a little puzzling. It's attributed, on the cover it says, Eddie Roberts presents Omar Coleman. On the artist line it says Omar Coleman and Eddie Roberts. I don't know. Anyway, Omar Coleman is a Chicago blues and funk artist. And Eddie Roberts, who accompanies him on this album, I think this is Omar Coleman album. He does the singing and harp playing. He's the lead figure. Eddie Roberts plays a very fine guitar throughout. Okay. Now, I guess I love this album too, quite a bit. Now I should get it up here. It reminds, there's an old-time blues band configuration. The most traditional, maybe, even. And that is a harmonica player and singer and band leader and a backing band. All right. So that's the way Sonny Boy Williamson performed and recorded. That's the way Little Walter performed and recorded. You know, Kim Wilson, Paul Butterfield, I guess. I don't know. It's a model. It makes sense. Like what you do is you sing a verse and then you blow a verse, and then you sing a verse and then you blow a verse. And actually, your voice and your harmonica voice might be very interestingly related. Like Sonny Boy Williamson is a great example of that. All right, so this is what Omar Coleman does, and he does it in 2024, okay? And it sounds great. I love the way he plays the harmonica. I am a harmonica player, as you probably can see. And I enjoyed this one a lot in that way. He, unlike most of the Chicago harmonica players from later years, but like Sonny Boy Williamson, for example, or Sonny Terry, he plays what's known as acoustic harp. Now, acoustic and electric harp are, unlike acoustic and electric guitar, not different instruments, okay, with different setups and pickups and things. They're just not. They are different ways to hold a microphone, believe it or not. They produce a similar effect, of similar difference between acoustic and electric. Now, this is a wah-wah thing, harp wah, that I bought. It's not a microphone, but I don't have all my harp gear down here in Virginia, so I'm going to just illustrate with this very briefly. Okay, so now if you have a harp on a stand, let's say, and you're playing like this, that's an acoustic harp. If you cup a mic, a bullet mic, like a Shure Green Bullet, up against your harmonica, that's the electric version. And that's how Little Walter played, for instance. And boy, it sounds completely different. It really does. Now, Omar Coleman plays basically acoustic, which surprises me. Like with the distance between him and the microphone, but it makes it more kind of human sounding, a little more rural sounding, which contrasts nicely with the sophisticated soul funk horns and stuff we've got going on this wonderful album. All right. And I like the way he plays because it took me a while to realize this. Underneath, he's a real serious technician. And maybe I'll show you a couple examples of that. But basically, he plays like fun, loose, good, solid. I felt like I could play all the harp on this album, actually. And I would play it similarly, you know what I mean? Like, not all the harp, because there are these passages of technical virtuosity where you go like, oh, wow. But so he's purposely choosing to back off that a little bit and just play like good, juicy blues harp, okay? And play it loose in a way that makes you feel that it's improvised and not overdub 17,000 times to get every stray note out or whatever, you know. That's one thing about the harp. It has this rough edge a little bit, and even though there's amazing technicians, if you loosen up at all, you start getting the stray notes and stuff like this. And that's part of the effect, at least in a more ruralish harmonica. But here it's interesting because he's going back and forth with a horn section and an electric guitar for sure. Anyway, I love his singing too. So, Omar Coleman. Let's take a couple of examples. Now, here's a song called, well, let's try this one. Slow Down Baby. And I think this shows, actually, this starts with the more technical side of his harp playing. But this is a good one now. Right. I think that's the way a harmonica should sound. I think that's the way you should play a blues harp. It's perfect, man. Like that's the way I want my harmonica to sound. All right. On a good day, that's pretty much the way it does sound. Although some of those runs were pretty complex. Yeah, I'm feeling it, Omar. Hell yes. All right. And also, I think like out at a bar on the west side of Chicago, where he's from. I guess I haven't done that since the friggin' 80s. I think I saw Magic Slim and the Teardrops the last time I was in a Chicago bar watching the blues, and that was probably 89? All right, Magic Slim and the Teardrops. But if I get to Chicago, I guess I have a plan to, actually, next fall. I'm going to try to find Omar Coleman and his band and go out and see him at a bar. And I'm going to try not to drink. That's a good place to fall off a wagon, actually. It's a blues bar. All right, if I was going to do it anywhere, it might be there. Just in an ecstasy of harmonica wailing. All right, let's try this one. Crazy About You by Omar Coleman and Eddie Roberts.
Hey Eddie, look man, there she goes. Come here, look girl, let me holler at you. Whisper in your ear, tell you some things I won't do. I wanna gaze in your eyes, tell you how I feel. I wanna rub your
I guess one other harmonica band leader I should mention that this does remind me of to some extent is James Cotton, who I saw a number of times. Uh, and James had more of I mean he was a little later than say Sonny Boy and Little Walter or whatever, the next generation, and or two generations after Sonny Boy probably. And you know he had a lot more contemporary black music circa 70s in his on his records, you know, horn sections, Mac Guitar Murphy, more of a soul, and even funk elements in later Cotton. And this reminds me of James Cotton, and that pleases me. Right. All right. Well, Chicago. He's good on tongue moves, octaves, and so on. Real good.
I was born on the west side of town, struggling people coming up from the ground, living hand to mouth, trying to do their best. Ain't got no time to lay their head to rest. Working 3 jobs, trying to make their rent. After all that money has been spent, I've got tons of problems some don't understand. I'm sitting here looking to do the best I can. Chicago. Magnificent mile, Oak Street and Queen, bringing that money, this is unseen. It's a franchise, know that time's enough. One stimulus check, sure ain't enough. Chicago, hey, Chicago.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, man, because I can really connect to that. I can feel my mouth playing it, which is interesting. I guess a lot of guitar players feel that way when they listen to various kinds of music. But all right, and I suppose that's just about it for CRISPR Roots 10.